Welcome guys, we're going to be practicing a nice joint releasing series completely from lying down, so there is no need to stand up at all in this session. We'll be lying here for about 20 minutes, releasing the joints, moving slowly, so make sure you're warm and comfortable and I'll join you on the mat in just a moment. Coming into a lovely Shavasana position where we'll begin our practice today, working through the major joints of the body slowly, kindly, gently waking up into our joints. And you can do this from bed, you can do this on your yoga mat or on your carpet or anywhere you feel comfortable to do this. So it's just a nice practice to do to wake up into the joints, whether it's cold, whether it's warm. I love doing this. So just notice the body lying here and taking a moment to connect the points of contact your body has with the earth. Paying attention to where we feel the body dropping down into the floor. Then from here we can notice the breath moving in and out of the body. We're going to start to bring the attention to the jaw. And I want you to move the jaw around as much as you would like. Imagining you're maybe chewing a big toffee. Maybe imagining that you're scrunching up the jaw and then releasing. Scrunching and releasing. Scrunching and releasing. You might even want to use the hands just to gently palpate or massage the jaw area. Might feel quite nice. And if you're someone who holds a lot of tension in this space, this might be a wonderful thing to do. Then releasing the hands, we're going to take the head from right to left, keeping the head grounded into the earth. So you're getting a nice massage to the back of the head as well. And we can rotate the head as much or as little as we'd like. Maybe keeping the eyes open, and it's a great way just to orientate your space, just to look around. Coming back to the centre, we'll lift the chin up, keeping the head on the ground so the back of the skull stays connected, and then sliding the back of the skull down, drawing the chin to the earth. Chin goes up, compressing the cervical spine. Chin goes down, elongating. One more time, up and down. Then create a big circle with the chin to the right, up and around, down to the left and back to the chest. And again to the right, up and around, to the left. Head stays on the floor, so we'll go back the other way, left side, up and around, to the right, to the chest. One more time, left, up and around, to the right, back to the chest. Taking a moment just to rest the head and see how it feels. We'll bring the arms up to the sky and start to move the fingers around. Moving them as much or as little as you like. It's really nice to look at your hands as well and see the fingers moving around. See how the ligaments, the joints, the muscles move. And then be moving a little bit into the wrist joints, creating a bit of movement here, rotation. You can kind of wiggle around, scrunch and open. And we'll softly start to bend the elbows as far as they can go or as far as is comfortable, and then stretch as far as is comfortable or as far as they will reach. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. One more. Bend and extend. And then cactus the arms out to the side, dropping the hands down to the floor. Don't worry if they don't touch. We're going to work with the scapula, so we often think of the shoulder, we forget that the scapula is really where the shoulder starts, and the scapula is a sliding joint, so we want the scapula, shoulder blade, to move. So we'll bring the elbows and forearms and hands together in front of the heart. Notice this is a protraction of the shoulder blades. Then as we drop the hands and the arms back into that cactus, this is a retraction of the shoulder blades. So for bringing them together, shoulder blades separate, and bringing the arms back down to the cactus, they come closer together. And just move the arms rather than thinking about what is happening in the shoulder blades, and there should be an organic movement. What we're trying to avoid is pulsing the chest up and down, so just try and keep it very much into the shoulders. Don't worry if the elbows and forearms don't touch, or if the arms don't drop all the way down to the floor. What range of motion do you already have? Good. Open the arms out, keeping the cactus. We're just going to flip the palms down to the floor and flip the back of the hands to the earth. Flipping them down, internal rotation, and flipping them up, external rotation. One more time, flip them down, internal rotation, and flip them up, external. Bring the arms up and over the head and reach as far back as you possibly can. Reach, 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 reach. Your shoulder blades are now in an upward rotation. And then bring the arms down and reach towards the toes, reaching as far as you can, downward rotation. And again, lift them up, reaching above you as far as you can go. And reaching down towards the toes. Reach, reach, reach. Take the arms out into a nice wide position. Start with the right arm. We're going to bring it across the body, over to the left, over the head, and circle it back out. Keep the elbows straight or bent here. Circle it towards the body, over the head, out and around. One more time, over and out to the side. Now we'll bend both of the knees and we're going to roll onto the left side, bringing the right arm with you. Sliding the right arm away from the left, bring it over the head, take it all the way around and try and get the thoracic spine also to twist as that arm reaches behind you. You can even gaze with the head, so the neck is working here. Bring it back down to the hip, back to the palm, and then slide away, over the head. Rotate round, get the thoracic spine to move as well. Back down to the hip. One more time. Palms together, slide away. Bring it over the head, all the way around. This time we'll roll back onto the spine, elongate the legs. Left arm comes across the body, over the head, out and around. Across the body, over the head, out and around. One more time, across the body. Your shoulder blade might leave the floor, but that's it. Good, leaving it out to the side, draw the feet in, roll all the way onto the right side, bring the left arm with you, slide it away from the right hand, over the head, around into that twist, let the head maybe gaze with you, back to the hip, back to the palm, slide it away, over the head, rotating all the way round and back. One more time. Slide it away from the right palm, over the head, all the way into the twist, and coming back onto the spine, ground the soles of the feet to the floor. Take a moment here. I'm going to start to play with the pelvis. We're just tilting the pelvis back and forward, anterior, posterior tilt. And you'll notice there'll be a ripple effect up through the spine. So you'll feel the head slightly bobbling up and down, just a little bit, as you move up and down. Okay, then we're going to start to lift up the tailbone and see if we can go through each vertebrae, lifting up as high as feels comfortable. You can even go up towards the shoulders, all the way up to the cervical spine, C7, and then slowly melting back down. All the way through each part of the spine if you can. When we get to the bottom, we'll arch the spine. And we'll go again, tuck the tailbone. Lift each part of the vertebrae off the floor if you can. Slowly, slowly. Lifting all the way up to the highest point that you want to travel to. And then gently lowering back down. I mean, you'll notice that muscles will activate, but we're focusing on the joints here. As we get to the bottom, we release and arch the spine. Let's do this one more time. Tuck the tailbone, lifting up all the way up to the highest point you want to go to. And then lowering back down piece by piece, little by little. Releasing by arching the spine and then coming back to where you feel more neutral. Right leg's going to lift up to the sky and so start to move the toes around. See if we can isolate just the toes. And you might want to move all 4 toes and then swap and move the big toe. 4 toes, big toe, 4 toes, big toe. Maybe widening the toes as far as you can and then scrunching them in. Widening, scrunching, widening, scrunching. One more, widening, scrunching. Start to rotate into the ankle. You'll get an inversion, eversion as well with the foot as you rotate. It's nice to take the weight as well off of the foot. Go back the other direction. Rotate. It's quite often easier to do rotation one way than it is the other. And then we'll point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. One more. Point and flex. I like to take hold of the knee softly here, but you don't have to. Bending your knee and straightening. And again, you can still straighten fully into the back of the knee. The popliteal will stop the knee from popping out. If you're very hypermobile or you have pain in your knee, you may not want to extend it fully or bend it fully. So just be aware of what's going on for you. My knee cracks a little bit. Both my knees crack, but there's no pain, so it's absolutely fine, the cracking. It's because I'm crackers. Okay, now keeping the knee 90 degrees, just rotate the foot slightly from side to side and you'll feel a little bit of movement in this knee joint. Just giving you a little idea that there is actually rotation here when the knee is bent. Good, then lengthen the leg up to the sky, just go back and forward. It doesn't have to be a big movement for the hip, we're just waking up that hip, back and forward, back and forward. Good, then we're going to go side to side and I like to use the opposite leg just going with it. Again, not a big opening, but just to counterbalance so the spine doesn't move too much. I let the left knee do the opposite movement that the right leg is doing. So we're going out and across, out and across. So adduction and adduction. Good. And then circle, small circles with that hip, small ones. Back the other way. Drawing a circle with the foot. And then gently pop that foot back down to the floor. Left leg lifts up, playing with the toes. So just move the toes around, see what they can do. You can look at the feet as well, it makes it a little bit easier. Then maybe move the big toe, the 4 toes. Big toe, 4 toes. Big toe, 4 toes. You might want to scrunch everything in and spread out wide. Scrunch in, spread out wide. Scrunch in, spread out wide. Rotate the ankle. You're getting a bit of inversion and eversion here. So, or supinate and pronate. Couple more. Back the other way. And then pointing and flexing and pointing and flexing. One of my clients was like, it's like ballet, like naughty toes and good toes. And I was like, all my toes are good toes. I never did that in ballet. I didn't really like ballet very much. Okay, then taking hold of the knee, if you'd like to, just to feel it, we'll bend and straighten the leg. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Remember, you can go to the full range of your knee, or if you're feeling any pain or discomfort, or if you're feeling too hypermobile, then just don't go there. Just moving the joint is enough, right? Getting that movement into the leg is plenty. Good. And then we're going to go back and forward with the leg, back and forward, nice and steady. Back and forward. And then side to side, across and open, across and open, across and open. Letting the right leg counter so that you don't topple over. Circling with that left foot. Imagine you're drawing a circle on the ceiling And then going the other way, circling. Very simple, very easy. Good. And then coming back to the stillness, drop the foot back to the floor. So we're going to bring the knees together, feet out wide. Internal rotation of the hips. Then we're going to draw the knees into the chest. Take hold of them with the hands. Open the knees so they come towards the armpits. Soles of the feet will come together and we'll drop the feet back down to the floor. Baddha Konasana. Knees come together, feet go out wide. Draw the knees in, take hold of them with the hands, pull them in and open them towards the armpits. Soles of the feet come together, come to Baddha Konasana. Last time, knees together, feet wide. Draw the knees to the chest, hands take hold. Open them wide, soles of the feet come together, drop them to the floor, Baddha Konasana. We're going to reverse the direction. So knees will come in towards the hands first. Draw them together. As we drop the feet to the floor, they go wide, knees stay together. Then we slide the soles of the feet, knees go out wide. Bring them into the armpits, grab hold with the hands. Bringing the knees together, feet go wide, knees stay together, internal rotation. And slide the knees wide, feet together. Last time, knees to the hands, to the armpits. Bring the knees together, feet wide, drop them to the floor. And you can pause here for a moment. Lengthen the legs out and come into your Shavasana and just notice how your body is feeling. And you may want to stay here, relax for as long as you need to. You may want to move on to another practice, something a little bit stronger or a little bit more relaxing, depending if you're doing this before bed or before you do movement. Just letting your body stay here for as long as it needs. I will leave you here to relax and rest and to decide when the time is right for you to move on with your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.